Welcome, welcome everybody to the Talking Mug. I'm your host, Terry, and I'm so excited you are here with me today. I don't know about you, but for me, when I hold a warm mug in my hand, it just relaxes me, makes me feel so cozy, like having a conversation with an old friend or a new one. So that's what we do here. We like to tell everyday stories of life, have real talk, and occasion have a guest. So grab that favorite mug and settle in. Let's talk. Well, the weather is getting cooler outside. Fall is definitely in the air, and the leaves are falling. Um, Definitely Halloween is on the way. You can feel it. So I don't know about you guys. Do you celebrate Halloween? Do you like I know there's a lot of different things out there about it. We do like to do Halloween and so I don't know about you, but our first questions in this house is that, you know, what are you going to be for Halloween? What are you going to dress up for Halloween? Our first question is the Batman costume here and is it ready? Yes, a Batman costume. So, this Batman costume has been in our family for over 25 years. It was made by my mom for our brother who has special needs. He loves this costume, wears it every year, and it has everything. Like it has the full mask, it has gloves, it has the t-shirt, black pants, of course. It has the shoes and then the covers that go over the shoes. I mean, it has everything. And this Batman costume has gone from sister's house to sister's house. If you've watched the other episodes, then you know that my two sisters live in Florida, and so the three of us, take the responsibility of taking care of him. And like I said, this costume has to go with him. Um, there has been times where he's actually gone to a sister's house and again, where's the Batman costume? And here it would be at the other sister's. So we would have to mail it. And because he has to wear that costume, it is definitely a routine of his. He just, it's just something that he wears. And I think because, like I said, our mother had made it for him, over 25 years ago. I actually had a conversation with my sister the other day, and we were trying to figure out, like, how old would this costume be? And we really couldn't come up with an actual age of it. We just knew it was over 25 years old. And again, this costume is amazing. So, a little bit about my brother. He has special needs, like I said. My mom had German measles when she was pregnant with him. So he is deaf, mentally handicapped, and borderline autistic. So the autistic side, everything just combined together. It's a routine of his. He knows he wears it every Halloween, and that is what he's going to be at every Halloween. We actually just took him out trick or treating this year where we live. And of course, he was downstairs, and I was trying to find something to wear to take my grandchildren trick or treating because I do dress up. So I was trying to figure out because I have like a tote of like costumes and stuff from years past. And so I asked him and I said, what are you wearing? And he's like, oh, shh, shh. Like I didn't know what he was going to wear, but he's like, shh. And I said, okay. And he's like, well, go on upstairs, walk upstairs. He said, he'll be up in a little bit. And I'm like, okay. Again, pretty much knew what he was going to wear. So he came up with the Batman costume on and went trick or treating with my daughter and my grandsons. Um, while we were walking around, he again, so he's 61 years old, but mentally he's like a 10-year-old. And what 10-year-old would not want to go trick or treating? So he goes trick or treating. He likes to hand out the candy as well. Um, there's been times where he has handed out the candy and actually scared a few children because he doesn't smile in it. He's very serious with it. And we try to tell him, you have to smile just a little bit, just smile a little bit. No, no, he's serious. It's Batman. And but those poor kids sometimes I feel bad. We try to explain, but a lot of times they're so young they don't understand it. The parents are, too far away or whatever. So but again, he went trick or treating with us this year, and we like to do that every now and then and be able to take him to a few places of people that know him. But there are a few people that just are thinking, here's this adult in a costume wanting to get candy, and some people are okay with it, some people aren't. And like I said, we took him again this year, and a few places did. The one place said, "Hey Terry, bring him back over." He said, "Bring," and it just made his night. It just truly made his night. And so yeah, so anyways, we took him trick or treating, and that we were walking back up through, and there was a few places that weren't had any people, and they were like, "Oh, we haven't had many kids," and stuff like that. So I said, "Well, do you mind if my brother goes up and has some candy?" And they were very hesitant of it, and not real sure, and not, I don't know, kind of put off by it a little bit, I guess, and kind of made me feel sad. But again, he's 61 years old in this Batman costume. I was trying to think what to say, in this Batman costume, but mentally he's like 10. So it's just some people, it's hard to explain to them, and it's hard to explain to Scott. Um, Here's a couple little stories of him that my sister actually had was telling me that when he was down in Florida with her, and she has this big wraparound porch. Ooh, and she was looking outside at him the one day, and he's running from one end to the other end, and he's got his cape open, and he's whipping it in front of him and then whipping it back and running so that the cape flew behind him. And my brother-in-law and my sister were inside. They were just laughing hysterically. But again, he's like a kid, and he was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm Batman. I got this. I want to see my cape fly." And she said it was hilarious. But another story is we like to go camping. And so the one weekend we went camping, it was a Halloween weekend, sorry. And so he handed out the candy and stuff like that. Well, he saw, everybody walking around, and he wanted to do that. So I'm like, sure, we'll walk around. We'll see how it goes. And I'll tell you what, the people in the campground were amazing. They were so kind to him. I explained the situation of him having special needs, and they went above and beyond. And it was like the best night for him. And he actually came back to the camper, and he was just like so excited. He was just telling me all about the candy and all the stuff that he got. And, you know, he left that Batman costume on all night long. I don't know if he thought that maybe somebody else would give him candy, or again, maybe he was protecting us because again, he was Batman. So either way, had the best time. People were so kind to him there. And he actually asked to this day, "Are we going back? Are we going back?" And this year we weren't able to make it. But hopefully next year we'll be able to take him, and uh, he'll be able to get his candy that he loves so much. And so I know when I was younger, sometimes I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, can he wear something else?" Like, but that routine of it all, he just it's something that he has to do. And he knows that's what he wears, and that's what he's going to do. So, but I have to say that a lot of people are usually very respectful, very kind. Now, again, there are a few that aren't receptive to the situation and they don't understand. But, you know, that's on them. I can't make them. And I try to explain to Scott that you can't always get the candy. So I think he's okay with it for the most part. But when he does get the candy when he's trick or treating, that makes his day. So um that's what this podcast is about, or this episode is about, is it's called Routine Respect in the Batman costume. So the routine side is he has to wear it all the time. That is just what he does. The respect is people, handing out the candy, having a little bit of grace with him and understanding. And of course, then the Batman costume. So this Halloween, when you see an adult out there or an older person or, a teenager or something, don't get upset about it and don't, you know, get frustrated. Give them the candy. If they're out trick or treating, not tricking, and they're being good, and they're out just wanting some candy, give it to them. They could be out doing a lot of other stuff that is what most kids in this day and age do. So if they're out there having fun and enjoying themselves and just want some candy, please just give them some candy. That's they're having you grow up way too fast. So let's just enjoy it. Again, if they're adults, maybe there is an issue with them. Maybe they are special needs. You just don't know. Either way, just be kind and yeah, just help them out. You could make their day for them, So I read this and or saw this today, so I wanted to read this to you. I have it on my phone here, and it's like perfect to me. So it says, if you show up to my house on Halloween night while my front porch light is on, you get candy. If you say trick or treat, you get candy. If you don't say trick or treat, you get candy. If you're dressed up in a costume, you get candy. If you're in plain clothes, you get candy. If you've got nut allergies, I've gotten other options for you. If you're 1, if you're 10, if you're 100, you guessed it, you get candy. I don't get why anyone would complain about someone being too old, not dressed up, not saying the magic words. You guys, it's too soon to let your Scrooge show. At our house, trick or treating is for everyone. So if my porch light is on, come on down and you'll get candy. Happy Halloween. So I think that was just perfect. I don't care if you're 1, if you're 10, or if you're 100. If you come to the house, you get candy. Another quote I saw, I wanted to read. It says, and I have it wrote down here, the most important thing in life is to be yourself, unless you can be Batman. If you can be Batman, then always be Batman. Those are Scott's words. If he could speak, those would be Scott's words. So until next time, be kind, be respectful, and always keep those mugs full and the conversations warm. And if you like this episode, be sure to like it, comment below, comment below, and subscribe and follow. And as always, I am so thankful that you are here with me on this journey. And until next time, we'll see what it's going to be. What would you like my next episode to be? Give me an idea, or I may already have one in mind. Till next time.